to my little urban homestead. I've been around for a few days, a few bad knee days. Plus I do seem to have lost all drive for everything. But I think I picked a bit of it back up today. It's helping me to pull out of this by having this YouTube channel, because I feel as though I've got to do one. And with not working now, it's a case of I haven't got to do this. I did. I grew a load of things. I preserved a lot of things. I can sit back and do nothing now, which basically is what I've been doing. So, my drive is coming back today. Hopefully it's going to stay for quite a while. Lurch is off work in a couple of days, for a couple of days. So we're going to really get started on decorating the living room, and then that'll be every room in the house done this year. There's odd little bits that are going to be done, but that'll be between now and spring. Mason's doing well. I've had no more trouble off the neighbours, but then again, with it being bad knee days, I haven't really gone out in the back garden, just around the side to the chickens, and stayed in and not done much. So that's a quick update of what's going on. And what I'm going to show you now is another thing sort of related to the DIY products. I always use wooden cutting boards. It's just, I prefer the look of them, although I have got plastic ones and I do use them for meat, either cooked meat or raw meat, and fish and chicken. They get used for that. But for all my vegetables and things like that, I use my wooden cutting board, or even just buttering bread. It's my cutting board. And I normally have got my kitchen brush and scrubbed it, and that's it, and just left it. And the same with my rolling pin. That's a wooden one, and just scrub it clean, let them dry by themselves, never put them in the dishwasher, and let them dry by themselves. But watching other videos, it makes sense that obviously the washing and then air drying them, or pat drying them and then air drying them, is going to dry the wood out, and you need to feed the wood to keep the wood going, or it's going to warp and everything, which I have had happen to a wooden cutting board I had years and years ago. So I'm going to actually try this to see if it'll bring that one back in life, and then I'll have 2 wooden cutting boards. But this is all household products, all things you probably have in. There's one thing I didn't have in is coconut oil, because I don't particularly like the smell of coconut, but I do use coconut milk in curries, and I quite like it. So I'm slowly getting myself used to it. So I bought this, where is it? I bought this little teeny package of coconut oil, just to see if I'm going to get some use out of it. It's only about £1. I'm not going to buy a jar of it or anything like that, or otherwise it's going to go to waste if I don't use it. But I think I might get myself a jar after I've used this. This I think will last me for a bit anyway. But with it going winter and everything, I'm going chat clips. And yes, It doesn't taste coconut. It doesn't really have a coconut smell. So I think, I didn't look, but I think that this is the refined one, which is going to be better for me because, as I say, I don't like the smell of coconut. Oh, I'm going to have to see if I can make some lip balms with this because it is very, very good. Just that little dip, very good. But I digress, I always do that. Right, as you've probably seen in my previous videos, this is my wooden cutting board. Also, my wooden rolling pin. Now, half of it I have just put on it the coconut oil, and you can feel it's there. The reason they use coconut oil instead of olive oil or vegetable oil is because they say it doesn't go rancid on you, which any of those products can. So, but as you can see, this end I haven't done, and there is a slight difference. There's a sheen to this one. That is dry. It does look dry, and if you look at the end, very dry. Now that end I've done in coconut oil, and you can see the difference. So I will finish all of it off with the coconut oil, and that should actually do me rolling pin good. But what I thought I'd show you, my cutting board. This is another way that I do clean it. Some more of the bicarbonate of soda. Just sprinkle it on. I'm not sure as regards the borax around things you can eat, or rather things that deal with your food. So I'm not using the scouring powder on this. And just some normal plain rock salt, because that will give it a good base to scrub at. And white vinegar. And just put it on, and you can see the reaction there. I've been doing it this way for a while because the vinegar and the salt can help like disinfect it and help stop the bacteria growing. The salt also acts like an abrasive, so it'll get in all your nooks and crannies. And just rub that in. The bicarb helps to deodorize it and give it a good scrubbing. I won't do the bottom bit because I'll concentrate on the top bit. I'll just go and wash all this off now. Just pat it dry and then leave it on its edge to dry completely. And that should give your cutting board a very good clean out. Now, because it's wet, I want to leave that to dry completely. But I'll show you on the other end of my rolling pin what I do with this. If I can open the package. Some of it out, and just, as you can see, I've got some in my hand. Just rub it all around, and you can see the difference in colour straight away. And look, the end bit I haven't done at all, but watch when I put this on it. It goes quite nice and shiny, and you can see how dry the wood was by looking at the end. So don't ignore the end, go for it. See how that is coming up? And basically leave it overnight in this, and it's feeding your wood, keeping it going. You don't want it to warp, especially a rolling pin. You don't want to roll your pastry out and it's all wonky. All you do is rub coconut oil in it and leave it to dry, and that just feeds it lovely. I showed you that little bit that was in my hand. It's all gone, it's all around my hands, but it also makes a very good moisturiser. Now this isn't completely dry, but I'll just go over it slightly. As you can see, a little tiny bit, and you can see the difference it is making. Now, because I've had this cutting board for several years and it's never been oiled, I'm going to do a bit more on it and leave it overnight. So that's quite a bit, and you can see it. As you can see the coconut oil on the surface of it, and hopefully overnight that's going to be sucked in by the wood. If not, I'll just wipe it off, and that should keep it going nice. And what I'll do tomorrow is I'll do the other side and the edges as well. So simple, easy, quick. You can spend money on the chemical stuff to clean your wooden cutting board. You don't need to. Bicarbonate of soda, salt and vinegar. I think everyone nearly has got that in. And a bit of coconut oil to actually help the wood. Thank you. Bye.
It's a